Hello world, good day and good game. Nell is closed, Season 3 finally starts and there's a lot more to come this month. New skins, lots of free stuff and rebalancing each month. Let's take one last look at the end of Season 2. Last week you've seen more and more people with the Twisted Worship skins that you get from the Burning Summer Attendance event. The top half looks like a nun and the bottom half not so much. But that is what the game has a lot of, right? Naked skin. Which is one of the differences compared to Warframe. There was a Reddit thread comparing the two, which is a bit unfair because Warframe is 10 years older. Anyway, within the First Descendant Reddit, people praised Warframe, describing TFD as a watered down copy with weaker movement, less variety, oversimplified farming and overly aggressive monetization. First Descendant may look fresh at first, but it quickly loses its appeal. In the First Descendant Reddit. Ouch. I don't care, I love mindlessly running around with Bunny. She became very popular again since the recent movement speed buffs for everyone. Nexon called her the mascot of the game and even took her for making a reaction video. That video got over 2 million views already, which is outstanding when you look at the other videos with 100 or 300k views only. For bosses, Serena is still popular, she can melt bosses even with a stupid simple normal weapon. No cores, just some good modules and the boss is done. Way too overpowered. Speaking of weapons, Peacemaker can be really good as you see here. You surely already have this as a stat stick for Valby, but seems like it's worth to rebuild it for this nice one shot with Haley. Look at the damage. Yes, Serena is there, but it's looking really good. Only downside, this thing has a lot of recoil. And with the first anniversary event coming to an end, we still have way more tokens than you can spend currently. But if you've seen my last videos and you also know that the event is still be active during Season 3, so maybe we get some new rewards then. And just a quick reminder how great every one of you is, even for the smallest things like waiting at the door, giving others time to collect all the loot. Thank you for that. On X, the devs gave us one new wallpaper, just like you can do them in-game, but looking way better. The link is in the description. Also on X was some lore about the Guide. Why did they put the column there? Anyway, the ambivalence is funny that the Guide is made to control the Ironheart core functions, but also she hates the Ironheart. What? She's active for so long that she's developing emotions and hates that Serena constantly tries to find the power button. Right before Season 3, some new votes and ideas came up in the community. Most filter menus in all those lists are pretty useless, especially in the implant reactor screen. You can filter so much, but not for weapon type, the one thing that you need here. And how do you start Season 3? Answers were pretty mixed. Some want the bike first, want Nell first, some want the NieR skin first, just to play as 2B, a few wanted to quickly grind and then go back to Warframe or the Battlefield 6 open beta, which is on the same weekend. Until then, we research Catalyst all day long. If you want an effective way to research them, then you need to wrap your day around the game. That sounds so wrong. So please make it that we can research 3 Catalysts at once, that would help. What I really want to see is the big fights in the Axiom planes. I have no clue what was holding the devs back for so long, just to add some Colossus fight. I mean, we had one in the tutorial, so what was the problem? And of course we all like to see the well-designed Nell. I like any descendant that does not go half naked into a battle, and Nell, she's just my type. Can't wait to run around and hunt vampires. Vulgus. Hunting Vulgus. And next one, look at this. It may be too late, but the next doggo better be some Rottweiler attacking the enemy, or a Chihuahua recovering my MP with his cuteness. Yeah, don't forget to prepare some food before the next doggo arrives. And holy shit, how fast do you want the Hoverbike? The bike already has double the movement speed of Bunny. Imagine how small Axiom will look like with an even faster bike, traveling from one end to the other within seconds. Nah, I think the speed is fine and some upgrades will make it fast enough. Let's talk about something really slow and tedious. Those good old times. Remember when those special operations had 21 waves? It took so long, was hard to beat, and all the struggle for a handful of void shards. Today I would love to see special operations with endless waves. That must be fun. But when a commander arrives, then you seem to be afraid of Agonia. Only 6 people see the real danger here. Neckpet can kill your whole team if you don't take care of him. Such a nasty idiot teleporting, hitting hard, and permanently draining your health. Yeah, I'm more afraid of him than anyone else in this list. And like many of the animations, emotes and everything else, the passion spawn blocks your controls longer than it should. The devs hopefully look over many of the emotes and spawns because there are a lot that block you from moving or shooting longer than they should. But so far the devs are good at listening to the community and get some good votes for it recently. The positive side of votes keep growing. Let's wait and see what happens when Season 3 comes around. Right now we have round about 8,000 players on Steam Steam. Each day about 800 people are watching gameplay on Twitch, so it's the usual up and down. But the overall rank in games went down a bit, falling from the 130 ranks to position 150 here. Surely skyrockets with Season 3 again, and hopefully all the bugs are fixed until then. The devs are aware of the missing end screen result and are trying to fix it. Perhaps the fix will come when Season 3 arrives, which is a bit late. But there are also things not on their agenda which came up last week. Serena does less damage after you activate her 4th skill. Her first skill does some damage here, but after number 4 it goes down. That seems wrong. As so often, the colors in previews do not look like the final result. Metallic colors even got worse, turning into a way different color sometimes, some kind of grey. And since the start of the game, high settings in graphics can crash your game a lot, especially when it's about ray tracing and reconstruction. For a long time, enabling frame generation crashed the game too, so if you experience regular crashes, then try disabling fancy stuff in your settings. So much for last week, let's look what's happening right now. From the starting screen you already know that the skin contest is still running, the pre-registration is still going, which is good to get some free stuff perhaps, and the last day of Grab the Breakthrough also has a lot of free stuff for you. If you did all the dailies in the past weeks, then go on the website and claim it all. Already mentioned last week, the console players get some free paint, weapon skin, back attachments, spray, makeup and much more. This is also available on Xbox now. Apart from that, we have a good week to farm Catalyst, especially on the weekend in the very fast Magister Lab mission. The Magister Lab is the fastest 400% mission. It takes only 2 minutes in a good team to get 2 or more for your Catalyst. Opening them can be very fast too. The Void Fusion Reactor in Kingston has 2 elite enemies which are gone in less than 20 seconds. Within 3 hours you can farm over 20 Catalyst. But also look at the other 400% missions, which will give you just the right resources to build some Catalyst. I really hope that we get Magister Lab on the weekend, because a new season starts, and when we are unlucky then they change all those locations and rotation again. But the highlight of the week is without a doubt the beginning of Season 3. Season 3 will be a big update, so we surely will face hours of downtime again. Should not be 8 hours, but somehow people expect such long outage. If you need a last minute Descendant slots, then there are cheap options in bundles when you bought some Descendants already. It's 46 caliber instead of 50 caliber, ain't much, but it's something. With Season 3 we also get some balancing and hopefully a good Jayber. Please do the smart move, Nexon. Do not only pump up numbers, just make his abilities more usable, like those of Asimo, and Jayber is perfectly fine. The NieR Automata collaboration will be introduced too. We get the cute little robot as back attachment and an emote that you can see here. Trigger modules will be available and also a new Abyss boss, hopefully stronger than the Ice Maiden, but they already said that they removed his unique challenging mechanics, so maybe it's an easy one again. The Hoverbike is coming and much more content. I'm hoping very much that we get the research reduction event in a few days already. That is what I want. Also a lot of new skins in the battle pass that were shown on X already, like the mechanical outfits. The Anais Hound skin is also a nice one, coming on the 7th of August. A very military looking skin which gives me some Wolfenstein vibes. Get your colors ready for some Street Fighter cosplay perhaps. And nice hot racing suits coming on the August 7th, which is just perfect for the bikes that we get. Oh, and did you ever wanted to see the difference between Nell and Serena? Here it is. Another Death Life was announced for some day in August, also new skins at the end of the month, 1 more month until Ultimate Luna and the launch, 2 more months until Swords and a new Void Abyss boss. Sounds like Season 3 Episode 2 is in October or November. Harris as a new Descendant and Ultimate Yujin will come at the end of the year. Also another Void Abyss boss, so is that then Season 3 Episode 3? And before we move on to the reactor farming, here's another cosplay. Can you guess which movie this is? The first movie was in 1982 and another one recently in 2017. It also has an anime since 2021. The answer is in the description and in the pinned comment. For reactor farming I give you this list. It shows all the good locations to farm currently, but please double check everything, because in 1.2.23 all missions changed a bit with new waypoints or steps that you have to do. On the left side you choose the Descendants that you play with, in the middle you see which reactor is useful for them, and on the right side are 2 nice missions that you can farm. This week there's no double drop location, but here's an overview how you can double farm anyway. For example, when you want to farm Fire Tech Reactor for Lepix, then you can also get some Reactor for Bunny in Steraland or Toxic Singular in Agios. This list shows you all double farm locations. That's it for the week, and if you want to know what you can prepare for Season 3, here are some ideas for you. Have fun in the new season, good game, goodbye.